What do you want, Mike? Joined by Chad Simmons. Chad, big news today as 2022 five-star Tyre West commits to Georgia. Just tell us how it came together and how big this is for the Dogs.
I think from the beginning, what he really did was he was Georgia's to lose. I mean, for me, they offered him early. He's one of those South Georgia kids and surrounded by Georgia Bulldog fans. Obviously, 2020 played into, I think, Georgia's favor. He had visited Georgia numerous times before visits were banned. So he had that face-to-face connection with Kirby Smart, defensive line coach Trey Scott, defensive coordinator Dan Lanning. They all got to know each other over the past, year and a half. So I think that 2020 played into Georgia's favor. Auburn definitely was in there being considered. Florida was a school that intrigued him as well. He had Alabama. He grew up like in Oregon. He wasn't going to go across the country. South Georgia kids don't travel like that. But so I really think this kind of fell into Georgia's lap in a way. I mean, they offered him early. He's an in-state guy. He's been to Athens 10 plus times early in his recruitment. So to me, somewhat of an early, easy win for Kirby Smart in Georgia.
Yeah, you mentioned they were going kind of head to head with Auburn, and we've seen Auburn, dating back over the decade. I mean, guys like Montravius Adams and players like that from down there in South Georgia. So, how important was it that Georgia prioritized him so early to really land him?
Yeah, I thought it was key. I think Auburn for sure was Georgia, maybe still will be Georgia's biggest competition. We're still a long way away until West signs next year, but he knew, like you said, Montravius Adams, Big Cat, Montravius Bryant, Big Cat Bryant over there at Crisp County in South Georgia. He had some connections there to Auburn as well. But yeah, I think the early visits really played a role with what 2020 has dealt these recruits in the 21 class, 22 class, with not being able to visit, over the summer and the spring for games this fall, not getting that face-to-face time this year. I think Georgia making him that target probably over a year ago played a big role in his decision, just how easy it was, I think, to commit to the in-state school early in the process.
As a player, he seems like he keeps getting bigger. I mean, do you think he eventually gets, to be an inside guy at, close to 300 pounds? How do you see him kind of developing physically and fitting in with Georgia?
With so many teams doing, different personnel groups now, some you can be, a base 3-4 or 4-3. You're going to play a lot of odd and even fronts depending on who you go against every week. Obviously, Georgia, their base defense under Kirby Smart and Dan Lanning is a 3-4. In that scheme, he's likely a 5 technique, strong side defensive end. I do think, long term, I think he's an interior guy. I mean, he's pushing 270, 275 right now at around 6'3". He's a thick kid, big hips, broad shoulders. He's going to grow. I really think down the line, he's a quick speed guy on the inside. I think he's a very disruptive guy at the point of attack. He's strong. And again, he's versatile. He's a guy that can play 5. He can play the 3 technique, depending, again, what front the defense is in, whether it be at Tift County, they move him around as well, or at Georgia in the future. But he's a strong kid. He has a quick twitch about him for a defensive guy that's strong and big as he is. I think what impresses maybe the most, I've seen him play twice this year, is just how he gets after it. When he wants to take over a game, he can do so. He faces, of course, double teams, week in and week out, but he plays through that and wreaks havoc in the backfield.
All right, so a huge addition for Georgia. Be sure to check out ugasports.com for more coverage of Tyre West's commitment. Thanks, Chad.
Yep, thank you.